Hey guys, hope you are all having a splendid morning. Today, we are shooting it off again with the morning videos. We are going to be pumping a morning vid throughout the rest of the week until Friday on top of the daily recap video in the afternoon. 2 videos per day for all my lovely viewers. Today we are going to talk about energy sources, and how Wall Street is trying to get their greedy hands in it to form artificial demand that will allow them to privatize all types of gains and socialize the costs to the masses. We have never covered energy before on this channel, but that ends today. It is a highly discussed topic that we need to start bringing more awareness to. The ambitions of Wall Street are broad, and so must our comprehension be if we are to stay ahead of them. I want to attribute and source much of the stuff we will talk about to Joshua Rao and Melz Deziu, who have done a lot of research that I borrowed in order to make this video. I want to thank each and every one of you for sticking around these morning series. I never imagined that a small one-off series on the economy would bring in such a loyal audience, but here we are. Before we start, let me quickly state that I am not a financial advisor, and that all content discussed in this channel is simply information gathered that I deem important for people to know, so that they can make informed decisions. All efforts are aimed to better understand the nature of the current market in anticipation of the greatest squeeze in financial history. Let's get started. Wall Street has been a giant monster with an endless pit of a stomach for things it wants to devour. Stocks, housing, retirement plans, you name it. Well, one sector that I have seen making tons of headlines in recent weeks has been energy. A quick look into it and following the money easily led me once again to Wall Street. As you guys know, renewable energy has been a widely spoken topic in recent years. Politicians bring it up all the time as ways to get people to vote for them. Though the benefits of renewable energy are undeniable, the demand for it has been quite suspicious to say the least. Of all the things that are of great emotional turmoil for Americans, why is renewable energy always brought up? Well, the truth is this: Wall Street has taken a page off of their housing market strategy, copying some of the same concepts where they create an artificial demand for renewable energy. At a recent United Nations climate change conference, a group of no less than 450 financial firms pledged $130 trillion in capital to finance the transition to net zero emissions. Government mandates have, through recent years, already brought in a substantial amount of private capital investments into expanding renewable energy, and now we have financial firms eager at the mouth to take a chunk out of this opportunity and kick it into high gear. The amount they pledged, $130 trillion, shows just how palpable the excitement is for Wall Street in the energy sector, and they are starting to contribute funds to politicians that cater to the same causes that they want to venture into, but as we know, wherever Wall Street goes, disaster follows. Now, let me explain to you exactly why it is that Wall Street is so excited about this. Renewable energy is going to be the future, whether we like it or not. It is set in stone, and the progress made will not be abandoned to maintain traditional sources of energy production. This is happening whether you and I like it or not. Wall Street could not care any less about the planet, being a big part of the financial branch that let it decay to where we are right now. However, the enthusiasm to bring in the new change must be interpreted as a common and typical nature of their business. Any government mandate where a large amount of capital must be swiftly retired and replaced created a ton of opportunity for financiers. Let me smooth this out for you unwrinkled folks. Suppose the government announced that they plan on building a new type of car that will replace all others, and by replacing all others I mean that the older models before it will all be destroyed and supplemented by the new model. The owners of the older models are going to be very upset, but those financing the new cars are all jacked to the brink, because they are about to make huge profits on something that everyone uses and everyone will be forced to buy. The problem with this model is exactly what you first felt when I explained it just now. It's that this type of artificial demand distorts the efficient allocation of capital, since it is one group financing it and one group that will really reap all the benefits from it, having a huge opportunity cost for the economic prosperity for all others. The political desire to cater to climate concerns isn't altruistic, so do not go believe any politician spouting nice words about the environment. Always take a look at their donors to see if their heart is true. This desire to cater to climate concerns is simply done to benefit large financial companies, in particular those at Wall Street, and already they are trying to screw some of the normal processes in order to ensure massive return on their investment, so let me explain. Though it is often asserted, the benefits of transitioning energy investments to make net costs minimal to zero is simply not true. The people boosting this up are ignoring the opportunity costs of replacing existing energy production with renewables. The accelerated pace to transition, which is what sort of got me spooked into this topic, imposes tons of direct costs to normal people like you and me. The cost of such speedy transitions will be expected, as has already been publicly acknowledged, to households and small businesses, yet the profits for all of it will be kept isolated to finance firms, who will most likely also find new ways to get politicians to add tax write-offs for their risk investment, which isn't even risky considering that this new change will happen regardless. The transition to new renewable energy that emits less carbon is a huge positive in my book, and it's a remarkable step to combat climate change. But once again, the greediness of Wall Street and complacency of Washington are allowing for the process to further cheat the system to let all the massive gains from it be redistributed only to the few on top, which ironically enough, are the ones that caused all this mess to happen in the first place. Regardless of how you might feel about this issue, keep in mind that big oil companies were secretly looking at the effects of carbon on the ecosystems all the way back to the 1980s, conducting experiments that were kept secret and away from the spotlight. They helped accelerate and create many of the problems we face as a society, and are now looking to privatize the cure to the problem by ensuring only they get their hands on financing and producing the new sources. I tell you guys this because today we are seeing an emerging coalition of governments and environmental activists singularly focus on New Zero at empowering a finance industrial complex that is eager to affirm the activists' goals, but ensuring that only they reap the benefits from it. Believe it or not, I am a highly skeptical person when it comes to looking through various group propositions to look to enrich the green world. This is because, when you look at the financial backers of it, you will find big Wall Street institutions financially backing them. I absolutely think we need newer and better alternative and renewable sources of energy. It's just that Wall Street's heavy involvement and investment doesn't inspire in me too much hope, because they look to fix a problem they caused and also become the biggest beneficiaries of it. $130 trillion is no money to laugh or scoff at. It's a huge investment proposition made by the elite who look to further controlling all aspects of our lives. 450 financial firms are looking to make a disgusting amount of money off, and you are going to see none of it. This is a huge problem in America, and one that you should be made well aware of. This will not be the last video I do on energy. I do have a couple other videos this week touching on housing again, given that that is the most popular deep dive video on this channel. A lot has been happening behind the curtains and we are going to explore it all. I want to thank Joshua Rao and Mel's Deziu for their work on investigating much of the topics we discussed. Their tireless work continues to defy traditional media talking points by revealing the true aspect and nature of the change that is being made in various economic sectors. I hope this video was informative to you guys. Your job is to let me know down in the comments if this video was helpful, and if you got a good understanding of this. Feedback is crucial here, so let me know your thoughts, or at the bare minimum if you can't do that, just hit the like so I know. If you want to support this channel, I have a Patreon link in the description as well as some one-time donation links for Cash App and PayPal. Thank you again for being a part of this channel. I will continue striving for better content. Hope you keep having a great day, and I hope to see you later today when I stream the earnings call. Until then, keep on buying into the moon.